Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talking Habs. This is the pre-game show for Game 4 of Round 3 between the Montreal Canadiens and the Vegas Golden Knights in the 2021 Stanley Cup playoffs. Hey everybody, welcome into the show. So we got ourselves I hope for a good game tonight, considering how the last two games have gone for Montreal. I understand we might even have a goalie change tonight for not Montreal, but for the Knights. It looks like Robin Lehner is going to be in nets for Vegas, and I don't know how that's going to affect anything. Apparently, Vegas scores has more offense when Lehner's in net, and Lehner's record is similar to Fleury's. I mean, similar, but we'll see how that affects anything. So imagine if that's the case. Hey, we might have chased Fleury from the net. That's pretty good for a team that's lucky. Let's see who's here. And then we'll get to a word from our sponsors. All right, so we got Daryl, Harry Rice, hey Harry, Boozer, Dave Elliott, Huzu, Thomas Barone, Delaney's in the room, Johnny Hockey, hey buddy, Corey Rashad, Kenny B, Max Gunville. All right. Hey, Max. Let me see. It's jumping around on me here. Jeff's in the room. GGR. Jane. All right. So, hey, everybody. We're going to get to a bunch of things. Right now, before we get to all that, I'd like to get to a word from our sponsor. And this is a little bit prepared. Here you go. This is a word from our sponsors. Evil Corp. If it's evil, it's us. Evil Corp. Has your parade been canceled? Get parade canceled t-shirts. Brought to you by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now taking orders for 2022, 2023, 2024, and so on and so on. The Washington Palefaces. New name. New logo. Now, even whiter. The Washington Palefaces. We get the red out at Dr. Rick's Laser Eye Surgery. Free laser implant removal for a limited time only. From the producers of Bad Santa, Bad Grandpa, and the Bad Lieutenant comes Bad NHL Ref. He's corrupt and ruthless. Half-blind and perverted, he's Bad NHL Ref. Starring Chris Lee at an ice rink near you. Butt reamers. Be the cleanest you can be. Go out on the town with confidence with butt reamers. Now with a new and improved formula. Butt reamers. Gotta go see that movie. I'm really interested to see how Chris Lee's acting in the movie. And, that's an interesting product to try. Butt reamers. It could be something very interesting. All right. So let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see now. Where are we? Okay. This is interesting. From coast to coast, people have exposed the work of these two clowns. He's speaking of Lee, and I don't know what the other guy's name is. I've even seen a paper from France speaking about the refs. When a ref's reputation crosses the ocean, and still they're back. Yep. What they're doing is because of the pandemic. So there's a group of there's a set of refs that are reffing for Vegas. There's two sets of it. There's a set that they're using, and there's a backup. I don't know why, in this case, they don't throw the backup guys in. But, yeah, so we're going to get, here it's Chris Lee and this guy, and over there it's whoever it was. And that's it. So I imagine Game 6 is going to be the same thing, unfortunately. Trying to find some. Sorry. I'm just going to go to the bottom. Well, Jeff, but the logo now even whiter. The logo. Besides, don't talk bad about my sponsors, please. Vegas GM also tested positive. That I didn't. That's got to be brand new. I didn't hear that, Franco. Yeah. Listen, it depends when they got their shots and everything. They're still, can still catch it. They won't be very sick from it, and unlikely they're gonna give it out. Did I miss a dono? I'm gonna go back. I didn't see anything. Max Gunville. Thank you, Max. Appreciate that. Max didn't want to say anything in it. Thanks, Max. Some Max hype and some dono hype. Thanks, Jeff, for pointing it out. Matt, I didn't send you a link because I don't know what's up. I know you're in Vegas. I didn't know. So if you want me to send you a link for the intermissions, I'll do it. Just let me know. I haven't heard this. Tatar skating with the team today. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he's in, but I mean, he might be in. I haven't heard anything. As far as I know, let's look at the lineups. So just give me a second. We're going to take a look at the lineups. So this is obviously Vegas's lineup. Let me get in there. So we got Pacioretty, Tuck, and Stone, Marchessault, Carlson, and Smith, Sakura, Roy, and Janmark, and Carrier, Colasar, and Reeves. I don't see any changes there. I think it was Marchessault that took that swing that hit Perry in the nose. I'm not sure who it was, but no subsequent fine or discipline, nothing. Doesn't matter. Didn't happen. Martinez and Pietrangelo, McNabb and Theodore, Holden and Whitecloud are the defensive pairings. And what do we got here? It's still saying Marc-Andre Fleury, and it may be Marc-Andre Fleury, but apparently Lehner was in the starter's net in practice. So who knows? Is anybody's guess. For No Glory, the Montreal Canadiens, if it'll come up. Just give it a time. It's slow. It's an old computer. So we've got for you Lehkonen, Danault, Gallagher, no change. We don't want to have that for you. She's going to play there. Don't want to get get in trouble for that. We got Toffoli, Suzuki, Caulfield, no change. Byron, KK, Anderson, no change. And Armia, Stahl, and Corey Perry, minus his nose. So no change there. Sherratt, Weber, Edmondson, Petrie, Gustafson, Merrill, no change there. And Carey Price in net. So we got basically, I didn't expect there'd be any changes. But, I mean, it's possible that Tatar is in. And I don't think those are 100% updated because if you have the last minute changes, they're not going to get it till basically we do, I think. So if they're accurate, no changes. We'll see how that works out. Whoa. Okay, wait. I got more to do over. Hang on. I'm getting to you guys. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, okay, didn't miss anything there. Nothing there. Oh, I should have done that. Let me just do this first. I forgot. I'm really sorry to everybody who is a father out there. Happy Father's Day to everybody who is a father. Happy Father's Day to everybody who is a MFer, because basically if you're an MFer, you might be a father because that's, you know what I mean? You guys get my drift. So happy Father's Day to everybody, seriously, on a serious note. Hopefully you've had a great day and will continue to have a great night. And for a lot of the fathers, they're going to kind of, not that they're going to be doing this to somebody, but they're hoping to get that done to them by their, significant others. So that's kind of what most fathers want for Father's Day. But you didn't hear that here, right? You didn't hear that in verse now. Let's go back to you guys. Hey, blah, blah, blah. Let me see where we are. Okay, Max decided he's going to say something. Thank you, Max. Thank you for the don't know again. And says, all right, I'll say something. How are you? I'm doing great, Max. Hopefully you are too. And you're going to enjoy this hopefully fantastic game tonight. So some more Max hype and some more don't know hype. And we got another one down there. Kenny B. Thank you, buddy. Habs need to start fast. Yeah, the first goal would be really nice if they can get that. They survived not getting that in the last game, but be nice if they can get the first goal and start a lot better and faster than last game. Took them to overtime to really get going. So I hope they can do it a little earlier than that. So yeah, I think Fleury is playing the coach. Must be head fooling. What? Oh, you think? I don't know what's up there. All I know is that Lehner is rumored to be the starter tonight for them. Ooh, boy, how far was I behind? That's a good one. I heard that after he batted Perry in the face, Marchessault started running and stopped at third base. What a swing. That was definitely a baseball swing, two-handed baseball swing. In my ref rant, I got it wrong. I was listening to somebody else describe it, and I hadn't seen the replay really. And and I saw the replay, and it's obvious a two-handed swing. I don't know how that doesn't get called. I mean, I don't get it. With no subsequent, maybe okay. So now he gets a $5,000 fine. At least they acknowledge it. Nothing. Yeah, but Kenny, it's kind of a case of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you might say they had a bad game most of the game, but they ended up winning with this lineup. And I don't know. I don't know if he'll change it, but I mean, maybe right. They'll put him in. Montreal had a good team 1 month ago. They are now gelling and playing 60 minutes as a team. Yeah, they're peaking at the right time. That's what I say. They're peaking at the right time. My opinion. Thank you, Matt. There. Thank you. Appreciate that. It's true. Matt is on enemy ground. Matt is in Vegas, so he's representing in Vegas. Absolutely, Thomas. It's more of a must-win for Vegas because they kind of got to really win this game. But you're right. If Montreal wins this game, it's very unlikely that they don't win the series. Now, obviously, they just did it to Toronto in round one, but it doesn't happen on a regular basis that teams come back from 3-1. It's not so more than likely they win tonight. Now, it's not a must-win for them because they're in the lead, but for Vegas, it's kind of a must-win. So, yeah, that's a good point. Is Fleury out, Mel? We don't really know. Supposedly he's out tonight. Matt, I'm not sure if you said, oh, yeah, because you want the link. And because of the way the chat's going, I can't tell. So text me. If you want me to send you the link, text me and I'll send it to you. That way I know that that's what you want. Sad about Luke Richardson's daughter. He will wear a pin. Yeah, well, I think this happened a few years ago, like before Montreal hired him, I believe. But yeah, I remember reading about that. It is sad. It is sad. Well, listen, motivation for him. He's doing this for his daughter, and it's kind of sweet that he's he's remembering her by kissing this hand, touching the lapel. I think it's kind of nice. Not nice that what happened to his daughter by obviously. I mean, I'm not saying that. So nobody get me wrong. Tony, it's the same refs, and I suspect we're going to get them again in Game 6. So, like when the teams go back to Vegas, they'll have the same refs as they had in Games 1 and 2, and that's how they're doing it with the pandemic. So, yeah, we got Chris Lee. I don't know if it's like the whole time. What's the on my lip? Or it'll switch if we beat Vegas and go on to the next round. I don't know, but we got Chris Lee right now. Yeah. I'm kind of hoping, and I doubt this is going to happen, but with all the backlash and everything that's going out about it, that maybe he tightens up his game and, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, Craig Button called out the refs. I mean, listen, he called them out about as well as he could, I guess. If he would have said much more, he'd have probably gotten fined by Rogers or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's the only options tonight, Jeff. Only options. Come out. We're ahead 3-1, or they tie it up and it's 2-2. Yeah, I think it. See, Phil, old man, they're saying that they sat Fleury, so I guess it's official. I think it is that Fleury's out, and that means we chased Fleury from the series. Let's hope that continues. Mel, I'm not close enough to the team to know whether I would really want to have Tatar go back in or not. Right now, I don't know that I make a change yet. So I don't know the answer to that. It's hard to say, right? Who do you take out? I don't know. I don't know. Do you take Lehkonen out and put Tatar back in there? Like, I really don't know. Maybe Perry gets a break, but I don't think Perry wants a break. So I think Perry will still be in there. I don't know. Good question, though. Anybody have the answer to that, or you want to give an answer? Let me know in here. Delaney, you were playing golf? I wish I could play golf. I can't. My knee's fucked up right now. I can't really do it. No way right now. I was thinking about it. I saw somebody going out to play golf, carrying his clubs. Tatar is one of only 3 natural left wing on the roster. We desperately need Tatar and or Drouin. I hope we can fix this depth issue. Well, Drouin, forget it, right, for the playoffs, right? But once again, okay, say they have a really bad game again tonight. They don't happen to win the game. I could see bringing Tatar in then, but I don't know that you need to do that before that. That's how I see it, right? We'll see. I think it was a mistake. He was going for the puck and missed and hit Perry in the face. I'm not. You know what? I'm not going to accuse him really of doing it on purpose, which I've heard actually people doing that. But it doesn't matter. It still was a 200 swing, and he's got to be responsible for the stick. So as a minimum, that should have been a double minor. As a minimum. I'm going to jump a little bit. Sorry, guys. Habs Guru, thank you so much, Habs Guru. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers on the stream. Go, Habs, go. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Some Habs Guru hype and some Dono hype down in the room. Appreciate that so much. Once again, happy Father's Day to everybody that is a father. Entertap makes a good point, which I've said before, and I don't know how much, but it's true. He hasn't been in a game in a while, so he's not really in 100% game shape. He's going to be maybe a little rusty. I don't know. This is a game that you take that chance with, right? It's a game that's really important to win, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of thing. So I don't know, and yeah, I would worry about those things. If Tatar's not going to play and he has a bad attitude, then they should have traded him. What a waste. Nobody's. I don't know. Has anybody said that it's a bad attitude? That I haven't heard. So I'm not saying that. I don't know, and it might be out there and I missed it. I don't know, but I'm not saying that. But in the end, if Tatar ends up only having played 5 games in this playoffs, considering how Montreal kind of backed into the playoffs, it's not like he helped us get there. Yeah, it might have been that we lost an opportunity to pick up an asset at the very least for Tatar. But I mean, those are, how do you predict the future kind of things? And, everything else went well. I'm not going to complain. Hey, Rob, Dario, Samuel Desjardins, how's it going? I just flipped through by accident. Adams, no, you're talking to him. Okay. Jeff is a traitor and a sympathizer. He works for Evil Corp. That must be what it is. I don't know why everybody just thinks Jeff hates the Habs. He couldn't be further from the truth, but hey. I know Harry is actually laughing and joking about it. It's not a problem. But I know a lot of you guys think that Jeff hates the Habs, but believe it or not, he definitely doesn't. See, sometimes I stand up for you, Jeff. What other team is in Final Four with 10 million sitting? Well, you know what? I'm going to say this. I know that maybe that's not a great look or whatever, but you know what? It speaks of their depth. But if they can have two guys sitting like that and still be winning like we are as a team, then I think it speaks to their depth a lot. So, yeah, great. Who you calling a young fella? Thanks. I appreciate it, actually. Hey, Peter. Yeah, no, looking forward to this game. I don't think anybody in here is going to say, don't hope we win. Yeah, I just hope for a good game mainly. And, may the best team, Montreal, win. That's how it is. The refs didn't call – The refs didn't call enough against the Habs. Wow. Well, what I'll only say is this, in their defense, if it is exactly, they might not see it that way. It's a new fan base out there. A lot of the Vegas fans aren't the most knowledgeable hockey fans right now. They're still learning the game, and I can only say that's part of that. They don't know the game as well as we do here, and they don't know how to see the differences that we see or what we're seeing. I don't know. Plus, a little bit of bias on their part, of course. That's how I see it. Not a cancer stick. It's an anti-cancer stick. I appreciate the sentiment, Kenny, but, I mean, I don't go telling everybody else what to do. If we can sit our best left wing in Tatar and still be going this far, we should be dangerous in the future. Well, that's the point, right, Harry, is that, that depth is really good. And that depth, it bubbles up to the top. And, that's how I see it anyway. Is it true that the same ref squad? Yes. Peter, we got them for the series in Montreal. In Vegas, it's a different group, but here in Montreal, we got them. That's the way it's set for the pandemic, because of the pandemic, for the playoffs. Yeah, but I was going to say Red Button. That's old. Craig Button, yeah. I mean, listen, everybody's talking about it. It's not, and we see with our own eyes. It's not like we don't know what we're seeing. Jeff, I don't disagree with you either, but I mean, I think it's quite obvious what's going on. They're making it very obvious, but you know what? You're right. And the Habs are actually, I'm glad that they have that attitude that you're talking about here, because otherwise, I don't know that they would have won game 3, right? If Perry gets up and he starts to freak out and blah, 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 maybe there's a fight and whatever, right? Maybe that goal doesn't get scored because someone's off or whatever happens, right? It's a different thing. So in the end, you're right. And I think the Habs have that attitude that no matter what's thrown at them, they're just going to keep getting up and playing hockey. And in the end, that's what you got to do. So, yeah, as much as we hate to see what the refs are doing, the Habs can't really let it get to them at all. It's got to play their game and just keep getting up off the ground, off the ice, and skating back to the bench and whatever. Like if Perry gets up and he got up, he was mad. You can see it, but he made a quick decision to get off the ice and let the play continue, and it really in the end led to a goal, because there could have been penalties, there could have been a bunch of different things that could have happened that could have changed the outcome. So, yeah, in the end, you got to just play hockey and not let that bullshit with the refs get to you, right? We as fans, sure, we can bitch and moan about it all we want, but they can't really as players. It's not going to be any good for their mindset, that's for sure. Besides, look what they're doing with all that against them. Look what they're doing and accomplishing right now so far, right? Knock wood, it continues, but hey, right now Vegas's record is 9-7, and Habs' record is 10-4. But it's by luck. It's only luck that happens. There's no way they could win 10 games. Come on, it's because it's luck. What are you guys saying in there? Stop it, you guys. You think Montreal's really beating these teams? It's smoke and mirrors. It's not really happening. In the end, we're going to find out Montreal didn't even make the playoffs. And it's just it's been like a conspiracy. As much as I really don't want to have to agree with Jeff, got to agree with him again. It's 100% true, and if they're going to start blaming the refs and blah, they've lost. So, that's how it's got to be. We can do it, but they can't, because they've lost if they start doing that. After the series is over, we can break it down more and all that. But while it's going on, they can't look at it like that. A new advanced stat: wins despite the refs. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, there were some missed calls, some bad calls against Montreal as well. And you combine the two. And it's not that everything called against Montreal is not a penalty. That's not the case at all. But there's a good amount of them that aren't real penalties, and or very soft calls considering what they are and aren't calling. So, but by no means are they calling everything against Montreal. Whoops. And, it's not like that. There are some legit penalties, obviously, against Montreal. Yeah, everything's a conspiracy. It's true. I believe Bergie can complain to the league in private, not in public, like not out in the press. He can do it to them probably privately and that, but if he leaks it out or he says it out in the media, he's going to get fined for that. We're not paying attention, Harry. Everybody ignore Harry. What did you say? Yeah, okay. Harry can't talk right now. Evans is still on day-to-day. Well, we know who Zombie Jesus is. Yeah. Hey, Jerwin. Yeah. Why should tonight be any different from any other night, Daryl? Harry gets a timeout. Well, you mods, listen. But I think Harry's a mod. I don't know that you can time him out. So, right? Harry's a mod. I don't think he can be timed out. I think I'm the only one that can time out the mods. It's okay. Listen, happens. Doesn't mean anything. I'm sure a lot of people in Habs Nation, if you want to call it like that, have said that already before Harry said it. So it doesn't going to make a difference? No. That's a good one, Harry. Don't wish me a happy Mother's Day. Perry injured. I haven't heard nothing about Perry being injured. Pi. He's in the lineup as far as I know. They stitched him up last night. I imagine or the other 2 nights ago. I imagine he'd be able to play. But I think we would have heard about it unless they're not going to announce anything till just before the game. But he's still, as far as I know, still on the list. Damn! What time? Okay, he's still on the roster, listed as starting lineup. As far as I can ascertain, as they says. The ghosts seem to be with the boys, Billy. I mean, I looked at that Fleury screw up. Seems like the ghosts were involved in that. I mean, if you're believing that stuff, right? It seems like it. So we're destined to have a good showing anyway. It'll be what it'll be. Hopefully, we'll be lucky enough to come out with the win here tonight, and subsequently a series win. If that does happen and Montreal does manage to beat Vegas, it'll be the first Canadian team in the finals in 10 years. So it's a big thing if they can do this, right? It's a really big thing. So. Daryl, if it seems like, it's the same kind of a run that they're having. I was thinking about this earlier today, in that, Montreal's been around for obviously a long time. They've got 100 years of tradition and 100 years of this kind of thing, right? We've seen them go through all kinds of playoff runs and everything, right? So you could even say, like, this really looks like it's happened before, and it could be, right? Whereas some other teams that are not as nearly haven't been around nearly as long as Montreal, they don't have this thing for their fan base to kind of, look back on and go, oh, this is kind of similar. That's kind of how I feel here, right? I've seen this kind of thing happen. I know what could be the best result of it, and that's why I feel Montreal has the chance. I'm not saying they're going to do it, but I think they can. They're like the little engine that could. Right now they're going, I think I can. Because they're playing for each other. We think we can. We think we can. We think we can. And hopefully they do that right up until the end. PI, the Petrie's eyes, it's a condition, something happened from some treatment he had or from an injury, and it's nothing to worry about at all. And it's getting better as every day. And yeah, it's nothing to worry about. It's just something that happened. Like, it's like a broken blood vessel, basically, is what it is. Peter, yeah, I just heard that the Vegas GM just tested positive, so that's something new. So hopefully, it won't go further than that. We'll find out now. Other players are positive. I don't really want to see. I don't want to see this get delayed. Or cancel. No, Mel, they're not at We Know We Can yet. No, there's no way. They're not going to be at We Know We Can. Maybe you're thinking for the series, and I don't even think we're there yet. But they're not there to the ultimate goal until they get in this kind of a position in the next series, if they can get that far. Shamir, actually, when I sent him the link and told him about it, he said thanks. So we might see him in the game. I didn't send anybody for the pregame. I was doing the pregame by myself. There you go. Put into words as what I was saying earlier. Just Jeff put it into words. Very similar to 93. Solid vets, good stay-at-home D, spark from the youth, and godlike goaltending. And pretty much that's it. And it's like I say, we've seen this kind of thing before. We know the outcome can be the ultimate prize, but it could also not, you know? So that's why we're not there yet. They're not at, we know we can, we know we can. They're still at, we think we can. There, see? Jeff was just talking to Shamir. He may be around later. Thomas, I actually really hope that the Islanders beat Tampa Bay. I would love it to end up being Montreal and the Islanders in the end, just to give it to the league and say, because they deserve that. So I would hope that that's how it does work out right now. They're tied at 2 over there in that series, and Montreal's ahead here. So let's see how it goes. Samuel, kind of a good point, right? You don't really start speaking of that till you're right there. And yeah, and then you just close it out, hopefully. Peter, yeah, I don't know why these 8 p.m. starts right now. I have no idea. They didn't say why. And I know Game 6 is also an 8 p.m. start here. Hey, Billy Van, see you, man. Thanks for being in. The Enormous. I like that name. Yeah, I'd like to see it, the Islanders and Habs. Yeah. I'm going to take off in a minute, basically, though, because I want to get ready for the next. What I do want to do, by the way, thumbs up if you're having a good time. Subscribe, ring that notifications bell if you haven't already. And before we cut out, I'll be right back after this word from our sponsors. Evil Corp. If it's evil, it's us. Evil Corp. Has your parade been canceled? Get parade canceled t-shirts. Brought to you by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now taking orders for 2022, 2023, 2024, and so on and so on. The Washington Palefaces. New name, new logo. Now, even whiter. The Washington Palefaces. We get the red out at Dr. Rick's Laser Eye Surgery. Free laser implant removal for a limited time only. From the producers of Bad Santa, Bad Grandpa, and the Bad Lieutenant comes Bad NHL Ref. He's corrupt and ruthless, half-blind and perverted. He's Bad NHL Ref, starring Chris Lee at an ice rink near you. Butt reamers, be the cleanest you can be. Go out on the town with confidence with butt reamers. Now with a new and improved formula. Butt reamers. Thank you to the sponsors. Really appreciate all the new sponsors I got here. They're great people to work with. All right. So enough silliness. Let's see. I'm going to take off in a minute. API, thanks for being in here. I appreciate it, man. Peter, I actually think that Leaf shirt is a real thing, and I'm not going to tell. There's a channel on here that I don't really like, and I'm not going to shill for them, but I think it's one of theirs. And I found that out after I did that, and whatever it is. But I think that is actually available. So if you find out, let them know I sent you, and then I should get a kickback. Yeah. All right, I'm going to take off here. I need a few minutes. And so thanks everybody for being in here. Thanks to the people that for the donations. Remember, you'll get entered into the draw for the hat. I'm going to be giving away a hat, and that's coming up soon because the playoffs are going to be over soon. And yeah, so we're going to do that. And yeah, I'll be back at 8 o'clock for this game. So check that out. And I don't know if there's anything else to say. Thank you to the sponsors, and thank you to you guys for being here and taking part. So I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Stay safe for the next 15 minutes, and peace out. I'll see you in a bit. Bye, everybody.